When you play the lottery, you play to win, and we know the New Mexicans across the state have taken their shot at hitting the jackpot.
But as News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart found out on special assignment, lots of people who do win never pick up their money. Now there's a fight over what to do with it.
What's the point of taking a risk without the possibility for a big reward? Thousands of New Mexicans take their chances on the lottery every year to see if they can hit the jackpot, whether it's Powerball, Mega Millions, or spending a spare dollar on a scratcher.
Have you ever won?
I think the most I ever won was like $10.
Did you cash it in?
Yes.
But even though anyone can be a winner, it turns out lots of lotto winners never pick up their prize.
How much money do you think goes unclaimed in a year in New Mexico?
Maybe $500,000.
I don't know. I'd probably say a few $100,000.
Let's see, 42,000.
Not quite. Let's go back to the UNM grad student who made sure to cash in her $10 prize.
How much money do you think goes unclaimed for winning tickets in a year?
Maybe $50,000.
Still too low.
Does it surprise you that the number is actually 2.5 to 3 million every year?
Yes, that surprises me. I wouldn't have thought that much.
According to the lottery, unclaimed prizes amounted to $2,553,494 for the last year.
You'll find that the bigger winners tend to make it in. Very rarely do you have a jackpot winner that doesn't come in to claim $1 million or a $500,000 prize.
We've reported on those big winners over the years.
Someone has $250,000 to claim and they may not know it.
But what about the smaller victories? Why aren't more of them cashing in?
I've done scratchers and I've placed it in my car, or my pocket. It's gotten washed or I've lost it. So
people just don't notice that they've won. They lose the ticket or they put it down.
New Mexico Lottery CEO David Barden took us behind the scenes.
This is sort of the heart of the lottery. It's where all our tickets come in, they're stored.
The lottery generates thousands of tickets to send to stores across the state, coming out with new games every week.
And then we'll ship these out tonight.
It's the work players don't see that helped the lottery pull in $154 million in gross revenue last year. So where does all that money go? According to the lottery, more than half of it, or almost $85 million, went toward prizes. Nearly 12% goes toward advertising and marketing, making the lottery tickets and paying retailers their cut. About 3% is spent on administrative costs. Then there's the scholarship fund. State law requires 30% of gross revenues must go into the lottery tuition fund. That was about $46 million last year. Barden says meeting that 30% mandate has been difficult. He says the lottery frequently has to tap into unclaimed winnings.
So we wouldn't get to 30% without the unclaimed prize money.
But lawmakers recently introduced a bill they believe will boost the lottery scholarship funds by putting the millions in unclaimed prizes directly into the tuition pool.
This is about the students. This is about ensuring solvency in our scholarship lottery fund, and this is about putting students first.
The lottery claims that won't work, arguing the unclaimed prize money is better spent on growing the lottery, with better games to attract more players and bring in more money for students in the long run.
The lottery CEO also wants to do away with the 30% mandate altogether to invest even more money into the lottery.
We're trying to give more to the students, not less.
I do think it's important, and it's a reason why a lot of students are able to go to college.
Students who use the lottery scholarship have big dreams, and for all the people who play with dreams of winning big, collecting the cash should be the easy part.
I got my $5.
On special assignment, Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE News 13.
The largest lottery winner in New Mexico who never came forward had a $1 million Powerball ticket from 2014. The lottery attempted to locate the winner, but the prize expired on Christmas Eve in 2014.